All right, everyone. Here we are in the qualifiers, and I'm going to discuss some of the best ships for this. Now, key. It has secondaries. It has torpedoes. It's very speedy. It has 60-inch guns. It's a fairly obvious choice, and it's a very decent one. Ibuki, not so much. It has good guns, but not much else. It's a very squishy ship. Mogami, same deal. Fuck carriers. Fuck carriers. Kirikaze, very good ship. It gets the equipment. Torpedo reload booster. This is my build for it. We want to get those torpedo reload boosters even faster. Last stand. We want to upgrade the torpedoes a little bit. We have great AEP, so use it. More torpedo reload boosters along with more smokes so we can farm and be a part of the team. Adrenaline rush for obvious reasons. Concealment expert and radio location because we don't actually have a hydro or a radar in order to detect other ships. And radio location is the second best skill for it. Very good ship. Yugamo. Now, the commander isn't as upgraded as he probably should be, but if he was, this would probably be the... No, it would be this. Mainly because this is the destroyer with the best main battery reload in the Japanese torpedo boat line. Believe it or not. When it comes to the choices here, it's really hard because you don't want to increase that main battery reload with swift and silence. You absolutely require radio location because if you're going to be doing a sort of open water gunboating, then you're going to need it. Don't really give a crap about the smokes necessarily. We absolutely need the concealment. And I got this commander on here specifically for survivability experts. So that is the build. Or you could potentially go Fearless Brawler. Although I don't know why you would. I mean, 10% extra reload, but you gotta be detected. Main battery reload time while your ship remains detected by an enemy. Why would you want to be detected by an enemy in a ship with such low HP already? You're going to be doing mainly hit and runs here. And Fearless Brawler ain't going to help with that much. Now, consumable, gun feeder, or preventative maintenance. Those are choices, and honestly, it's based on preference. Well, gun feeder, 4.8 second reload. That's don't worry about it too much. Don't worry about that too much. Speed boost modification there. So that's very interesting one. You can actually surprise quite a lot of ships with the Yugamo. They think that you're a bad DD, that you have an amazingly slow reload time, and then turns out, especially when you're on lower HP, you have more like a Z52 reload time, which is an interesting one. Now, Musashi. Musashi is a quite obvious choice. The Overmatch, especially at this tier, even with the quote-unquote lower accuracy than the Yamato, yeah, it still demolishes. Still demolishes. Benson, it's not the best ship. Kid, I mean, I don't like the fact that it doesn't have the second torpedo launcher, but the survivability is excellent. And as you can see here, I have built it for AA. Especially since I got Alexander Ovechkin on him. Baltimore, classic. I mean, you can pretty much do well in the Baltimore in any game mode. You've got enough armor at this point to really bounce certain types of shells, 14 and below. So you can do a bit of battle tanking, but not too much. You are facing off against a bunch of 15 and above at this point. Cleveland. I mean, it's decent. I wouldn't choose it, but it's definitely a decent choice. I don't like the play style there, although you do get your radars. Congress. I got William Halsey on it. This is the captain. He's meant for the Vermont. He's meant for the Vermont battleships. Okay, yeah. But I've got him on my battlecruisers. San Diego. San Diego is an interesting one. You get SAP instead of HE, so you can't start fires, but you can do basically immense full AP penetrations. All the dang time. And it's got a reload booster, so and a heal. Don't forget about that heal. Anchorage, honestly, not the best choice. Don't go for it. Its one gimmick is the smoke screen, and it hides in that smoke screen and then use the spotter aircraft to get shots off on the enemy. But it's gotta be far away from the battle in order to do that, and you don't want to be far away from the battle in ranked battles, so that's a no-go. The Constellation, we just looked at this. The commander is that. You get all this. It doesn't have secondaries. It does have very good torpedoes for a battleship, 9.2. And the guns are also very decent. So, solid choice, but not the best. Massachusetts. Very solid choice, although I wouldn't consider the Massachusetts the best. Yorktown is worth mentioning because Yorktown gets this consumable. This consumable is amazing. Yorktown and the subsequent carriers all must have it. Benham. It's a solid choice, although the battle impact is less than I would presume a bunch of people thought, would think, rather. Essentially, people just become very unpredictable, and despite your fire rate, you start losing. Alexander Ovechkin, of course, we've already gone over him. Black, we've gone. That's great. JQ Johnny, also Alexander Ovechkin, and we get Sap, which is an absolutely amazing ammo type. And with JQ Johnny, it makes this ship a very good choice. Although I still wouldn't consider it the best. The Kitakazi probably takes that. Kitakazi? Yeah, the Kitakazi probably takes that title, although we're going to continue on. The Buffalo, it's the same thing as the Anchorage, but without the smoke. Iowa. Iowa. Yeah. I don't know about you. You're very speedy, and you have good guns, but you don't have torpedoes, you don't have secondaries, so it's literally up to the skill of the player to make up for that. Alaska. Alaska is amazing. Very much so. Very amazing. Hydro. Hydro, surveillance, radar, repair party, all that stuff. And of course, this is the build. Georgia. Now, Georgia is an interesting one because it gets an engine boost that lasts for about a quarter of the battle. So you've got to you got to sorry, I'm tired. I'm having difficulty thinking right now. Georgia. Engine boost that lasts for about half the battle. Swift and silence. I mean, brisk, rather. Very definitely. You're not going to be able to survive without greased gears. Adrenaline rush, of course. You actually have quite a low HP pool for your tier, so improved repair parties. We have a 13.3 kilometer range, and on our secondary guns, we have a 9.25 kilometer range. Now, why do we have a 9.5 kilometer range? That's like Scharnhorst range, Gneisenau range, isn't it? That's tier 7 range. Why not go for long range secondary batteries? Because we want this, first of all. Second of all, we don't want to be baiting ourselves into going in and getting close to the enemy in order to deal a little bit extra damage with the secondary guns. That would not be pretty. Missouri. Missouri. Recall commander. This is the commander, George Doe. He's gonna do that. Very standard battleship. And that's pretty much it. The radar is great. Steering gears, all that. Very nice ship. Solid choice. The Georgia, solid choice. About the same as the Massachusetts, perhaps a little bit more so. Tallinn, not a very solid choice. It gets Citadel from every angle. Vladivostok. I don't know about the Vladivostok. Every time I try to fight it, it bow tanks me and I do nothing. But every time I do, anytime I play it, I have a very bad experience. So, no opinion on that. Besides, it doesn't have any torpedoes or secondaries. I mean, it's not really there. The Nistrashimi. Now, this ship has a super heal. It has a smoke, it has an engine boost, it even has a DFAA. So, the Nistrashimi, despite only have 4 guns, is probably perhaps on par with the Kitakaze here. The Z-23. Yeah, she kind of moves like a brick. 680, 580, double the turning speed, or not double. A fifth faster than, or larger than JQ Johnny. Then you got the Bismarck, the Hipper, and the Zeiton. Now the Zeiton would be a decent ship, I think, if it didn't have German accuracy with these guns. Otherwise, it would have even better torpedo loadout than the other one. At least I think. Where's the other launcher? And Tirpitz is actually a very good pick. Very good pick because it has great armor, it has good secondaries, doesn't have hydro, but it has torpedoes. It's basically a tier 8 Scharnhorst at this point, although the gun layout is a bit worse. The Odin is also a very good ship. I use my Preußen Captain, but this is the same build that I use. It could use improved repair party. In fact, it very definitely could use improved repair party. God damn it, that makes me want to change the build again. Let's go to the Gneisenau. Alright. Boom, boom. 2 obvious skills. Long range secondary battery. And boom, boom, boom. Ooh. Okay. A no concealment build then? That looks like an interesting build. Detection range by sea, spotted from the moon, but... wow, not necessarily from the moon. Okay. Let's focus on that reload time there. It's got good enough range there. 9.7. Oh, okay. I see. I see. Okay. Boom, boom. Alright. And that's the Odin. And the Scharnhorst, let's see. Scharnhorst 4-3 certainly has its choice of things, but Gunther Luchens looks like he is probably one of the best choices there. Yeah, because the Scharnhorst has great secondaries. The Brisk is a bit of a letdown, but that's whatever. .7 kilometer detect. Cool. Now, Odin. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Or do we want survivability? All right. So the Odin. Why this build? Well, excuse me. The Odin is a 23-second reload battleship. I mean, it can take advantage of this, especially at this tier when everyone else reloads 30 seconds, 7 seconds faster. It can do a bit more damage than the Scharnhorst. It has the same number of guns. It's just like the Tirpitz, a very decent pick, but not as decent as the Pommern. Oh boy, the Pommern. This thing wrecks. It's a better Tirpitz. And that's best description right there. It is just a better Tirpitz. Not least of all because it is higher tier, but because of other factors. The Eftegros, yeah, we don't even have a full captain for him. He would be the same build, however, as everything else in my main German battleship tech line here. That's a given because he actually has a very decent reload on his main battery guns. The Cossack. Oh. probably one of the best destroyers here, along with the Nistrashimi and the other one, despite being a tier lower and without slots. Simply due to its short burst smoke screen, that it can just pop whenever it wants. The Monarch, Vanguard, meh ships. I mean, Monarch does have super heal. I think the Vanguard does too. It does Jutland. I got my Mighty Jingles up here. Not full commander skills yet. Neptune. I mean, what is there to say? Neptune is squishy as hell. Richelieu. Yeah. That's, not ideal. Amalfi, Paolo Emilio, Lepanto. Paolo Emilio could be a decent one, but not the best. It relies on YOLOs, which are more likely in this game mode, but at the same time, a lot harder to deal with. Hyson Yang. This can be switched out with radar, but Orkan. Very decent destroyer. It's not the best. It has a heal. It has great survivability because of that heal. But it doesn't have the torpedoes to kind of drag its teammates behind it. Same with the Friesland. And the Carl Johan, I suppose, is a decent pick. The Seven Provincian, yeah, no. Atlantico, no. The Valparaiso, however, very good ship. Very good ship. I'm not going to be playing it, however. I find the German ships fun. And perhaps I'll even play some destroyers as well. I really like JQ Johnny, and the black is an excellent choice as well, as long as you know how to play it. So yeah, that's ship selection now. That's ship selection.